Hello and welcome. It's me, Marls44, and welcome to another Cardfight Vanguard Zero deck and fights. So today we're gonna be looking at Dauntless, the end. This deck is nutty. This deck is amazing. It is such a good deck. Holy crap. So Dauntless, the end. Dauntless Drive came out, and the end is terrifying again. The end was terrifying before, when it first came out, and for a while, but not this terrifying. This deck is a tier 1 deck. Easy tier 1 deck. It's like the third or fourth best in the game. I'd say third. But yeah, it's crazy strong. So basically, I'll explain how the deck works when we get into it a little more, but let's look at the cards. So we got Dragonic Overlord at the end. We got 4 of him. You know how this works. Frostbite, Dragonic Overlord, and Counterblast 2, Persona Blast, just to restand and draw 2 cards. Easy. We have 4 Overlords. 4 Overlords for the cross ride in case you get it, which can be great. But not even just that, just for its Counterblast 3. It's mainly for its Counterblast 3 to swing 3 times because it can be terrifying with that to end games if you're able to do it, because you can get 3 to 4 swings on your break ride turn depending on how much damage you have. So there's that, and because of that, you might not get to use its Overlord skill, but it is here in case you do, in case you need it, in case you don't get pushed so hard that you can retaliate back and almost end the game, if not end the game. So yeah, and we have 1 Blockade, as you can see, just as your possible end unit to just end the game, because intercept's not working. That's basically the turn you just ride it, and you have to make sure you end it that turn. But now the new card, we're gonna touch on that. For Dauntless Drive Dragon. So what this card does is when rode upon, your Vanguard gets plus 10k and the following ability until end of turn. At the end of the battle that this unit attack, Counterblast 1 and discard 3 cards from your hand to stand this unit and draw 2 cards. And its other skill is during your turn, if your rear guards are more than your opponent's, this unit gets plus 3k. I was reading that differently at first for some reason. Anyways, so how this works, how the deck works basically is you ride Dauntless, and when you hit break ride, you break ride the end. You can use Dauntless's skill after you use the end's skill on that break ride turn, but it's crazy because you're coming for 21k, so it's a nutty number. And as I said, I'll get a little more into detail about it as we look at the rest of the deck. So we have 4 Striken, your card that has Restraint on your Vanguard Circle, but it's a 10k beat, so it's a Nahalem basically, but when it's rode on, it gains plus 5k and a crit, so your grade 3 gets plus 5k and a crit, so that's very, very good. The 4 Striken's better than the Nahalem for this game because it just works out a lot better. You don't really miss out on anything. And we have 4 Berserk Dragon, Counterblast 2 to retire something, and 3 Bellicosity, damage on flipper if it hits the Vanguard. So we run 3 Bellicosity because it's Dauntless the end, and you really, if you get to hit with Bellicosity, you get to hit it once. Berserk, you do need to go easy on them in this game. Don't use it right away. It's usually for your opponent's at 4 or 5 damage, you're trying to push for game, kill. But if you have at the end, there is no reason to use, if you have a copy of the end in your hand, there's no reason to use a Berserk Dragon skill in that situation, because you could just have the end swing, do your Twin Drive, and Persona Blast, boom, restand the end. So, and it swings at the rear guard, by the way, the end. In that situation. Not when you break ride on Dauntless, but in that situation, afterwards, after the break ride. And you have 2 Burning Horn just for your 12k beats. your 4 Barri, PGs, 4 Gojo, 4 Seal Dragon Kersey, which what he does is, dang it, what he does is, when placed, if your opponent has grade 2 units, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw a card. So he's a drop and draw cycler, just like Gojo, and then you have your 1 Aermo for drop and draw behind the end. So, as you can see, the grade 1 lineup has a lot of drop and draw. The reason for this is because of the fact that you want to get as many the ends in your hand as possible. So if you have to drop, you know, Overlord to search for the end, or Blockade to search for the end, or extra Dauntless to search for the end, you do it. And even extra grade 1s to search for the end. That's why you have 4 Gojos, because early on you try to slap one down and drop and draw. Basically, you try to find as many of the ends as you can, because on your break ride turn, you will have 4 damage, and thanks to the way that Conroe works with his Counterblast 1, you know, get your PG to hand, combined with Bellicosity, you will be able to use 2 of the ends Persona Blasts. So, and you're swinging at 21k, so your 2 rear guards attack your opponent's rear guards, and then your Vanguard swings. And while you don't have a crit or anything, you're playing 9 draw 4 heal, so your opponent isn't going to get like crazy amounts of damage that you can't swing again. But you have you don't boost the first time, you just have the end swing, drop 3, restand. Counterblast 1, drop 3, restand, sorry. Right, it is a counterblast though. So you will need to, if you got pushed to 5 damage, then you can use it. I forgot, because Dauntless is a counterblast. That always slips my mind in this game. I'm like, right. Dauntless is a counterblast. Either that, or if you pull a heal. Actually, no. The heal wouldn't matter, because you still wouldn't have enough counterblast. But if you get the chance, you can Persona Blast twice. And it's just that crazy amount of pressure of, like, that 21k column is now huge because you've swung so many times. You've swung 3 times. Or 4. It's nuts, and just the amount of pressure you get from that is insane. The deck's really, really amazing because of that. I know some people run like 2 Nihilums instead of the Burning Horn, but personally, I like the Burning Horn because I don't find the 9k over the Nihilum to be a big deal, and Burning Horn's a nice 12k when you break ride, and I know you're in Dauntless for a lot of it, but almost all the decks have basically like just 9ks. The only thing I would recommend about the deck is you could run 4 Bellicosity and 3 Berserk. That's like the only change I would really say, and if you want to, you know, run 2 Nihilums instead of Burning Horn. I know some people run like 4 Nihilums and 2 Strikens, but I like the Striken. The Striken's very, very good. It holds off some decks from being able to do anything if you go first, because you don't get that swing, but then you get to make up for it with the extra damage, and you have the plus 5k, so usually even if your opponent gets the swing, you're fine. So against a deck like Eradicators, where you have your Conroe and you want to be able to use its Counterblast to get your PG, and you went first, ride Striken, can't swing, you don't call Bellicosity, you're fine. They're on grade 2, they can't retire it with Linshu. Now you ride, you have Bellicosity, use the Counterblast with Conroe. Keep in mind you're drop and drawing a lot, which is kind of why I'm running 3 Bellicosity, because I can. I run the 4 Berserk just for assistance to help ending the game. But you can do it either way. You could run 4 Bellicosity and 3 Berserker. Yeah. I just like the 4 Berserk to make sure you end the game, because killing off a rear guard can mean everything, because it can just completely end it. You have so many ways of like ending the game here, which is why I like it. But yeah, you use all your grade 1s are just meant for drop and drawing to get as many of the ends as you can. Not as many, but to at least get 2. So when you break ride on Dauntless, you have your Persona Blast, making that turn huge. But yeah, so about Bellicosity, yeah, you have your grade 3 in the front row. Now you have Aermo behind. You have the plus 5k, so it doesn't matter if your opponent gets the trigger, you're dealing the 2 damage. And your Bellicosity swings at their grade 2 Vanguard. Boom, hits, unflip. Conroe's counterblast has now been unflipped. And your Vanguard swings, doesn't matter if they got a trigger or not. Hits. Boom. That's 3 damage right there as well. Which is crazy, because if they try to push it back at you, you have Dauntless in the end, which is why, like, you try to drop a lot early too. It's just crazy strong, crazy consistent. There's different ways you can kind of run it, as I said. But the grade 1 lineup has to be for the drop and draws, because you need the ends as fast as possible, and your grade 3 lineup can't change at all either. It's kind of the grade 2 lineup you can shuffle and play with a little bit, but it's just the deck's so solid that it's just so good, and you can run it a few different ways. Oh man. But yeah, the deck's just wow. This might be a VP farmer, so if it is, I'll come back. But this is a decent hand. Alright, so we're trying this again because I got a VP farmer. So, yeah. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But the nice thing is it was a VP farm. The only reason it was good that it was a VP farmer... Is this a... Oh, if not, Royal... I didn't see the not. Okay. We're probably... I didn't get Dauntless last time. I did this time, but I didn't get Dauntless last time. So... Okay, yeah, this is a person. So... That's good that I, that it was a VP farmer, because I couldn't really show off the deck if I didn't get Dauntless, right? Now, I do need to... I need Gojo, but... It's okay. We have Striken, we have Bellicosity. I don't really have to worry about it, about Linshu, as I said. As I was talking about how, like, you know, don't attack on the Stricken turn if it's something like Linshu. Because it's Jewel Knights, so I can just not worry about that, and I can get the unflip on the turn. I could also wait. I might just wait. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. I was hoping that was at the end. I was gonna be like, we already got the setup. It's fine. We don't need no drop and draws. But, ooh, Barri. Okay. You know, it might even be worth it to grab a Gojo to hand at this point. I think, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not... Yeah, okay. Okay, hey, let's use it. Screw it. I just don't know exactly what I want right now, because I have PGs in hand. Wait. Do I have health 3? Oh, no, there's the other one. And I need to give my other Overlord, but all my grade 1s are drop and drawers. It's fine. I can add Barri to hand, it's fine. All my grade 1s are drop and draw. Not a concern. Give me some damage. Boom. And one of the big things about break rides is it's challenging for the deck if you get them to 4 damage right away, which is also why I really like Stricken, because they're 1 damage, but if I call Overlord next turn, and I have a booster behind Dauntless, I can push to 4 before this person hits grade 3, which is really, really good. Putting that person putting an opponent in that situation is very good. If they get heals, that's unfortunate, but it's yeah, it hurts. It hurts. Unfortunately, they have another grade 2, so Bellicosity's dead. There goes Gojo. I would have liked to get Gojo there. Because I can't. God damn it. Alright. Break Ray Dauntless. See, I would have liked to get Gojo there because the second they called a rear guard, because you never know if they have an intercept as well, so that can give you some early game pressure as well. Because since they did, a Gojo would have been great to call behind the Vanguard, rest, drop, and draw. Although I have nothing to rest, drop, and draw, so never mind, I take it back! Oh, there's Kersey. And there's a heal. Alright, that's fine. And there's 3 damage. Now, if this person has Salome, then... Salome and, oh, what's it called? This thing, Melody. That's an issue, because could get the crit limit break right off. But at the same time, you don't want to push the end too far, because the end is the end. It can still be scary, but... Looking at my hand, I have 4 PGs. I don't know if I should have grabbed the PG with Conroe. Probably not. I had 2 PGs already. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. Okay. I'm not getting any triggers! Ooh. Well, if she pulls a crit, PG drops. That's not a crit. Shit. Ooh. Or is this pure draw Jewel Knight? Oh, does that mean it's Blaster Blade Jewel Knight? Blaster Blade Gancelot mix? Oh wait, Sentinel was still invoked. What? So, why is it that sometimes the Sentinel doesn't invoke at 3 damage and sometimes it does? Very confused by that. I'm always very confused by that. But it's okay. Okay. So, I don't want to call Berserk yet, because I think that's going to become an issue. I don't want to get rid of that opportunity. But I need to also... Okay, we're going to call Kersey. We're not going to use this effect. We're going to swing here. We're going to take it a little slowly right now. Because I need to get the end to, I need to get another the end hand, but also I have 4 PGs. I could have swung at the rear guard, and I might have been the better idea, but at the same time, I want to make it hard for my opponent. And my thought process right now... Yeah. My thought process right now is... Ah, damn. Okay, how many of the ends did I lose? Only 1. Okay. Yeah, that's my thought process. A PG would drop here. If it's very aggressive with my Vanguard. And if you're giving me 5 damage, that could be very bad for you. Okay, yeah, that's the smart thing to do. What am I gonna draw? It's not gonna be a PG. Oh, it's another copy. That's annoying. Okay. Alright, we're break riding anyways. I might have to call the other copy of the end right now. Ooh, wait, no, I can use Berserk skill. But I only have 4 damage. Fudge. Oh, this is annoying. Wait, what am I thinking? Oh, she only has 1 intercept. What are you saying? I'm just gonna ignore myself. She only has 1 intercept. Okay, So this is the reason the deck is so threatening. Swing? I need draws, though. That's not a draw. Wait, does Limit Break still work? Uh-oh. I don't know if Dauntless is... Does Dauntless's skill still work if you get a heal? No, it doesn't. Wow. Okay. Whatever. We could use the Overlords, at least. That's upsetting. Oh my god, I didn't know about that. That's so upsetting. Alright, swing again. Sentinel, okay. Oh, wait. What? What? Counterblast 1 to discard 3 cards from your hand. Wait. I can use it still? I'm confused, but I'm okay with this. That's weird. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but I'm okay with this. The pressure is insane. This deck is nuts. Okay. I thought you had to attack with Dauntlesses first, but it's a... I guess because the Limit Break already activated, it worked. It's just, I'm not sure why I didn't get the option to use Dauntless's skill first. Is it the end skill first? Unless you can't? I guess so, because in the original Vanguard you couldn't. So I thought you still couldn't. But I guess I'm mistaken. Okay, well I have 2 PGs, so I'm fine. And I doubt she has 2 PGs in hand. Well, I'm sorry about, like, the information being a little off, it seems. I will clarify that in the beginning of the video. I'll just go back and clarify that. But what the heck? I thought Dauntless is... Because I've played this deck a few times, but I never had it where I always activated Dauntless's skill first. I did? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm losing it, and I didn't, and I just didn't have another copy of the end or something. Or I just think that's the case, and I don't remember correctly. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know what's happening anymore. It's okay. Alright. So, this might be the final turn. Because, yeah, I have nothing in my hand. But, shit. Fred sent me a message and I'm like, no, wait, I'm in the middle of a card fight. Hold on. I don't know why I always do that also. That should hit? Yep. No! Are you serious? You're kidding? Really? Really? Oh, okay, well. She needs Blaster Blade to end me. I don't have any heals, but I have a PG. She needs Blaster Blade to end me. Or wow. I got cheesed by Gancelot heal. Oh. I hate Gancelot heal. I hate Gancelot heal. I hate Gancelot heal. I've never been cheesed so hard before. Actually, yes, I have. But it's been a long time since I've gotten this cheesed in this game. This game has not cheesed me over this hard before. It's not cheesed me over this hard before. Yeah, I guess game. No heals, no PGs. That was a good showing, though. That's pretty much what the end does. It was unfortunate that the amount of PGs made it a little slower, but I'm glad I won that game. I didn't win that game because of a heal, but I won that game, you know? That was a good showing. That is why the deck is so strong, because you could just do that, and then you come in the next turn over aggressive, and you're like, yeah, you can't do anything. And in that situation, if my opponent had 2 intercepts and I had a Berserk, I could have called Berserk and counterblast, killed the intercept. That's the situation where I really, really like it, because while you can use your drop and draws to get the end, you're not going to drop and draw with PGs. You're not going to drop and draw another copy of the end, and you still need your intercepts. So sometimes it can be tricky to figure out what to drop and draw. Like, you won't be able to drop and draw too much sometimes, but even so, the end is still really strong because now you call Berserk and get rid of a front row. And that's kind of why, honestly, in a way, as much as the 4 attacks from the end is crazy strong and scary, I do personally prefer getting the 3 attacks and Berserk Dragon swinging, because it feels like it does a lot more. Not on the same turn, of course, but in that situation where I could have retired the Blaster Blade to get extra swings, if possible. But I wouldn't have called the PG behind me. But you know what I'm trying to say. Like, I could have called the Dauntless, or no, Striken was 10k, right? So, yeah, if I had Burning Horn there, and if I had Bellicosity on the left side, in the back row, retire Blaster Blade, and call Burning Horn in front, I have 3 attacks. Granted, I didn't get a trigger, I don't think. So did I? No, I did. So I still could have won that, because Burning Horn could have swung first. I showed off how the end works. Just like Fortuna, I feel like that one showing worked. If I had less PGs in hand, like if you had more grade 1s, more grade 3s that you could drop and draw, you would use Gojo to drop and draw them, Kersey to drop and draw them, to cycle to the ends. And it's not just the ends you cycle to, you can cycle to your PGs as well, which is important. But that game worked out very well for me. It was just unfortunate that Blaster Blade came into effect and the heal trigger came into effect. They both came into effect, and I was just like, wow, okay, thanks. But hey, it happens sometimes, right? Like, Salome is a tier 1 deck as well. And I think Salome is, like, not under this deck, but under the one after. Or maybe under this deck, depending on where you place it. Like, I think Salome is, like, 5th best or 4th best. I'm not sure which one. I have to relook at it, but yeah, Salome's so stupid strong. So it's like, it was a tier 1 deck versus tier 1 deck. What are you gonna do? Salome's really, really strong, and it has 2 variants as well, so it's hard to see. I was worried that was going to be Julia, and like it was going to get extra swings or some shit, but no, it was Gancelot because it was pure draw. Julia has like the 5 crit 4 draw one, but yeah, okay, anyways, that was the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was a good showing, as I said, even though I lost. I shouldn't have lost, but even though I lost, it was a good showing, and yeah, this is why the end is so broken. Just that whole turn right there, and then the turn after just becomes oof. But I had all PGs in hand, and that doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen a lot more frequently with Kagero thanks to Conroe. So yeah, but it's a good thing. PGs save you. So anyways, guys, that is all. I hope you all enjoy it, and I will see you guys next time.